Here are some tips for looking after your HTZ hubs. Let's start by looking at what you're going to need for the job. Today, I'm going to be using a 12mm Allen key, a 17mm cone spanner, a torque wrench and a 17mm crow's foot attachment, a bearing press kit, a long and thin zip tie, a soft-faced hammer or mallet, a medium-sized drift, and whatever tools you need to remove your cassette. The replacement bearing sizes are 6902 for the front hub and 6903 for the rear. If you go into the trouble of stripping the hub down, you may as well change the bearings at the same time. Let's get started with the rear hub. The first thing you want to do is remove the cassette to give full access to the hub. You could also remove the disc rotor to minimize contamination with grease, but it's not necessary. Then you want to remove the non-drive side cap. It's not threaded, so it should just pull right off. Then insert the 12mm Allen key into the axle to hold it steady and use a 17mm cone spanner to remove the drive side end cap. It's got a left-hand thread, so you'll need to turn it clockwise. Pull the freehub body off and put it somewhere safe. Now you're ready to remove the axle and bearings using a soft-faced hammer. Tap the non-drive side of the axle first to push out the drive side bearing. Pull the bearing off the axle and put it back in to tap the non-drive side bearing out. Now that it's fully disassembled, give all parts a good clean and inspect for damage or wear. Once you're happy that everything is ready to go, it's time to start reassembly. Lightly grease where the bearings are going to sit inside the hub, and then use the appropriate bearing press spacer to install the non-drive side bearing. Remove the press, lightly grease the axle, and slide it in from the drive side, making sure it's the correct way round. The short end goes to the non-drive side. Now you can slide the second bearing over the axle and use an over-axle kit to press it into place. Then it's time to prepare and grease the freehub body. We recommend Demontech Pro X freehub grease or similar. Slide the freehub body over the axle, rotate the freehub anti-clockwise as you push it on the last few millimeters. If the pawls are stopping it, you can wrap a thin zip tie around it like this to depress the pawls and allow it to slide into place. Check the freehub seal is seated correctly and reinstall the drive side end cap using the 12mm Allen key and 17mm crow's foot attachment on a torque wrench. The number you're aiming for is 5 to 7 Newton meters. Once that is done, push the non-drive side end cap back into place, refit the cassette, and you're good to go. Now it's time to look at the front hub. Start by removing both end caps. They're not threaded, so should just pull straight off. Then you want to get a medium-sized drift to tap the bearings out. Use the drift to push the axle sleeve out of the way and make sure you get a nice surface to tap against. Remove one bearing, pull the axle sleeve out, and then tap out the second bearing. Now that it's fully disassembled, give all parts a good clean and inspect for damage or wear. Once you're happy that everything is good to go, it's time to start reassembly. Lightly grease where the bearings are going to sit inside the hub, and then use the appropriate bearing press spacer to install the non-drive side bearing. Pop the axle sleeve into place, and then install the second bearing. The last thing to do is push the end caps back into place and you're good to go. Thanks for watching, see you on the next video.